Let's go. Time out. It's Kelsito, the spirit coach, getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. Welcome to the Esoteric Huddle. I just thought with my crazy schedule right now that I come in and talk about Pluto and Aquarius before I make the initial post. Um, which I already made on my Twitter, but for the most part, just kind of talk and chop and get y'all the emphasis on the energy and my perspective on the energy and shit like that, especially with me being Aquarius and knowing the times and knowing what time and realms and spaces and, sigils and magic and shit like that is in the air, being connected and associated myself with very powerful spirits and things, you know what I'm saying? Spirits that, you know, um, spirits and bodies and all of y'all is powerful spirits and shit like that. And y'all most of the time y'all the people I be getting the information from. So you know what I'm saying, like, you know, because it's air, it's fixed air. Now air is it's our motherfucking yang. It's our external yang. It's what we can identify. It's the information uh that takes both sides. It's the information that we can intellectualize based upon observation. So that's air as well too. You know what I'm saying? So like if we see something, we can have like we can gain information. You know what I'm saying? We create a cloud over it. You know what I'm saying? And have an idea about something. So that's like external. You know what I'm saying? Yang force. So, what's going on, everyone? Welcome. I would say we are in the Aquarius age. I would say that, um, you know, um, some would say, that we are experiencing, the new world and things, I know this is tied to Centaurian age as well, too, you know what I'm saying? So, we are becoming the higher versions of ourselves and things, and getting things on track in the right way. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So Pluto in Aquarius, is gonna get put us in a position of goddamn. Like it's deeper than what, like, you know what I just like to present all out and shit like that. Shout out to Joe Ski, bro. Ski, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Pluto in Aquarius. So yeah, goddamn, the world is being goddamn transformed. Okay, the world is being transformed. And you goddamn feel it, right? All right, so we're gonna have a good transformation happening right now. So I'm just, preparing y'all minds and shit because welcome to the goddamn age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying it for a while. I'm getting your ass in shape and form for the goddamn age of Aquarius. Okay. All right. So you got a spirit body. Okay. Those are your mind. That's your mind body. That's what you know. Your spirit body is just your awareness, really, like what you're aware of. Then your soul body is when you take that awareness and you start to be make an individual. You try to make an individual out of your awareness. So that means like, you having an idea about yourself and you being able to will that into reality, you know what I'm saying, using, your soul, your ability to expand and contract, your ability to take upon experiences. And then once you know how to do that and tailor those experiences to, based upon you and your direction in life, you know what I'm saying? Once you know how to tailor those experiences, go through those rejections, go through um, those biases, go through those, you know, the internal of it, external, what people say, what people got to think about you. And then when you know how to go through the internal of it, do the shadow work and, like, you know what I'm saying, know what is you and what ain't you based upon what you're receiving and things of that nature, the better you know how to do spiritual alchemy. And so the better you know how to, like, transmute energy that you get. You know what I'm saying? The better you know how to depict what is you so that you can maintain your space as a spirit, because the spirit is it likes to be in its own space and things of that nature. And so we always getting attacked by things that are external to us and shit like that. But it's not for the purpose of it just attacking us. It's for the purpose of us becoming aware of what we already need to be aware of in some way, shape, or form. So that for what we want to fulfill in that space, whether it's a person that got something to say about us, we take that energy and play that out in that space better than a spirit uh, that may be trying to force us into a certain space based upon their fear and what they have in their head. You know what I'm saying? We take that energy and play that out better than everybody in that space and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you can become an example and become something for God. Hold on. What's going on, Mars? All right. So we're back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So so it's about knowing your space and shit, knowing how to preserve your space. And this is the real aspect of, like, you know, having a creator mindset, you know what I'm saying, or the creative heart, or the creative touch, you know what I'm saying, or the creative you know what I'm saying, that creativity, that sun, you know what I'm saying, you're doing the real solar plexus work, you're using your solar plexus, you're using your ego for the right reasons, using your ego to show a way, you know what I'm saying, you're using your ego to as a phoenix, you know what I'm saying, to rise things from the deadly ashes. And therefore, you can, you know what I'm saying, you can be in some type of space that only exists if y'all believe in God for real, you know what I'm saying, with God. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of things. A lot of y'all don't believe in God for real. Like a lot, I'm starting to see that. Like a lot of y'all don't really believe in God. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not even just like the religious version of it. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the actual ability to do something for your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? Do something for your goddamn spirit, which in turns also just does shit for your life. Really, that's what it's really about. Do something for your goddamn spirit, and your spirit ain't nothing. So it's like you're doing something for nothing. And stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now that may sound like a very hard parable, right? But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? The parables, that may sound like a very hard parable, doing something for nothing. Because if you like into a mind of like you always got to do stuff or something, then you got to understand you was like trained into that mind. Like I'm not saying you gotta be lazy and stuff, but you gotta do stuff that's for you, like your talent. Like that's what I'm saying. And is when you doing it for you, it ain't nothing to do it. It ain't nothing to be great when you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing to be. You know what I'm saying? To get your shit together. It ain't nothing to know what you need for your journey. It ain't nothing to. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Just like that. It ain't nothing to want to do stuff that not only benefits yourself but others as well. It ain't nothing to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to be the truth. It ain't nothing to be an example of God down here. It ain't nothing. I don't have those certain fears that y'all got. As Zeus. As Zeus. So yeah, so this is the time and things, you know. So because yeah, we do have a lot of weird energy right now. especially with Pluto going into Aquarius, because Pluto is going to bring. So Pluto is the co-ruler of Scorpio. Okay, so if you know anything about Scorpio, if you know anything about Pluto, if you know anything about astronomy and how they make allegories to, you know what I'm saying, the body and shit like that, so Pluto is also tied to the generational planets and shit like that. It's like the last one. So it takes like 10 years per sign and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you and your generation, 10 years or 13 years might be a certain Pluto sign, depending on how long that retrograde and transit. You and another, your mama and them may be a different Pluto sign. So Pluto is a generational type of thing. So, they associated that with the ages as well. So if you got Pluto, be when you got Pluto creeping into Aquarius, and we talking about, what I'm saying, just the transition of where it started from going into Aquarius. It has been in Capricorn now since 2008. Now think about your status, think about your position, and think about what you was trying to build since 2008, in the sense of where you wanted to see yourself, or how you position yourself, or the struggle or the ladder scale that you had to take to build yourself a real position and shit like that. Now, depending on how rock asleep you are, you may look into the 1, 2, and third dimension and be like, well, I haven't necessarily built something that is sustainable within, I'm saying, this, the realm like we call like the shadow government and shit like that, what I'm saying, where it's like, you probably haven't got all these, accolades and all of what it means to be successful within the world. But that matters not. So it's, have you been able to see reality? Have you been able to be realistic? Have you been able to position yourself in reality? That's what it's really about. Have you been able to create a status and position for you? Okay. Have you been able to initiate a new reality? So that new reality is going to be um, based upon you expanding reality. So anytime something is new, it's just giving expansion. So based upon, us being within a chakra we own, and then, what I'm saying, time happening, things expire. So therefore, what I'm saying, we have to go through new shifts, new times, new information, and new ways to build upon and sustain ourselves, because, what I'm saying, we always accumulated and shit like that. So therefore, what I'm saying, whatever we're building upon, it should lead us to um, having a certain sense of reality and shit like that. Because reality, like I said, is always changing and shit. Other than that, it wouldn't be no such thing as us going from the phone that we had on the motherfucking, what I'm saying, the house phone to the iPhone. So, reality is always, it's always shit added on to reality. So therefore, you being within reality and knowing the context of reality, right? The more realistic you can be, the more um I wouldn't even just say intellectual, but the more grounded, what I'm saying, you can be. Like mass has its own way of intellectualizing what we do as spirits, you know what I'm saying? So anytime we feel heavy in the thought, what I'm saying, or we feel secure in thought, that's like us being immovable. So therefore, if we're secure in that thought, and that thought is secure to be true in some way, shape, or form, then that lets you know that that thought or that mind was impactful and it had certain weight and things of that nature. So when you are in the real context of things, what I'm saying, you have certain processes that you be in where it don't matter what's going on within you or around you. It's called an essence of truth. So you take that essence of truth and you bring it down into the third dimension and use that as your golem in some way, shape, or form. And that golem is a representation of whatever truth you have and you serve as your master or as your God and shit like that. And so that truth that you carry with you, you know what I'm saying? It'll translate into the real world as you having the actual truth of how life work, you having the actual truth of how to do relationships, you having the actual truth of how to see the world, you have the actual truth, you know what I'm saying? So it can go into a lot of different contexts. You know what I'm saying? When you actually operating with that truth. And that's, you know what I'm saying, Sagittarius coming before Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? Because truth kind of creates reality. So the more realistic you can be and things of that nature. See, a lot of people may think they're being realistic, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hear about emotional intelligence. We gotta have earth intelligence too. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just knowing when shit get real. You know what I'm saying? When shit has weight and things, and when shit is impactful. And when you know how to do those weights as a spirit and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Those, man, that's some different spiritual shit. That's some different spiritual shit. But um so yeah, anyway, you know, Pluto and Aquarius. So Pluto is going to bring us a sense of transformation to um you know, this realm and this reality. Okay. And so we're gonna talk about that and how that's gonna be done and shit like that. So since 2008, so if you think about where you were in 2008, you know what I'm saying? I think around then, like where I can calculate it at is that was like auto tune had just was like really at its peak or some shit like that. Cause I think, you know, Antares came out where they gave us, you know what I'm saying, the little presets and shit like that for auto tune. And, you know, everybody was, you know, that was in within the tech field was like trying that shit and shit like that, especially if you was like an artist and shit like that. So me and my cousin, we had uploaded a Lil Wayne freestyle on here on my YouTube channel that I got right now in 2008 and shit like that. And, you know what I'm saying? We was fucking around with the technology and shit like that. So um that in a sense of its own is going to make us have access. And when we have specific access to specific things, you know what I'm saying, this lessens the percentage level of us being without, right? So a lot of y'all didn't know how to sing until auto tune came out, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you could have used it. Now it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. You could use it for training purposes, you know what I'm saying? Or you could use it for, you know, purpose or creative purposes, you know what I'm saying? Or you could just be a lazy gut and, you know what I'm saying, you want to get money or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, and shit like that. You know, well, I don't know. You know, look, check this out. But yeah, we all have access to this. So that with that space being an experience that we can all experience, a lot of spirits liked being in that space. So all of our spirit mind let go of the old thing and we went towards the new thing. And this is the transmutation of that energy and such. So you know what I'm saying? So this is how they transform your mind by taking your mind, whatever that your all of our minds give attention to and is heavily invested in, whether it's like technology or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They can transmute that energy so they can take it and make it another form. You know what I'm saying? So just like they did with the house phone, then you got the telephone. You know what I mean? So you got the cell phone and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they make that other energy a little bit more convenient. Now, whether whether it's a practice. It's a practice. But we ain't gotta really get too deep into that though. But it's a practice. You know what I'm saying? That they practice with the stars and shit like that. And you know, be able to get y'all get y'all under their pyramid and shit like that. But for the most part, damn, somebody had a nasty ass accident outside. That's crazy. Okay. But yeah, so shit going on. Motherfuckers crashing brains and shit like that, man. Make sure y'all good out here, man. Motherfuckers don't know how to think. Motherfuckers don't know how to think right now. I'm saying motherfuckers don't know what way to go. But Cito, y'all with the coach. I ain't gonna y'all with the coach. Y'all with the coach. We fly the right way. We got all the good ways to think and associate ourselves and put ourselves together. We got it. We got that shit. Shout out to Drakeo Horizon. Um, but yeah, so motherfuckers is in a situation where Pluto and Aquarius, so yeah, I was saying that's how they transmute the energy. You know what I'm saying? They take one form and make it another, and that's their concept of doing their as above, so below. But for the most part, we're all supposed to be utilizing this energy for ourselves and things. You know what I'm saying? Because we have our natural processes as above, so below as well. And the better we know how to do that based upon, what we experience through time and knowing what doesn't benefit us and knowing what does benefit us, it may benefit you a little bit more to think for yourself, you know what I'm saying? And then may benefit you a little bit more to, be a bit more individualistic. It may benefit you a little bit more to get into things like spirituality. It may benefit you a little bit more to see if the way you was associating yourself is that actually a real thing. Is that something that's dead? Is that something that don't got a lot of energy that you just is doing to keep up based upon whatever habit you may have developed or insecurity you may have developed? Is that something, you got to look at your associations. Is it because it all ultimately depends on you as a spirit? Hey, is what I'm doing gonna make me is what I'm gonna do and finna make me reach my goal? Is what I'm doing finna help or harm my life? Is what I'm doing bringing me enlightenment? Is what I'm doing bringing me wisdom? Is what I'm doing is selfish? If what I'm use all types of scales. So you know what I'm saying. So that's why we got to transform how we associate ourselves as well, based upon that collective energy of Pluto. Coming all the way around to thing. And we had to do that with our status. So we had to do that in reality. We had to look at the reality of things. So we had to look at the reality of things in Capricorn in 2008. The reality of our family, the reality of our vision, the reality of our life, the reality of our mind, the reality of our subconscious, the reality of our family, the reality of our relationships. We had to take control over all facets of reality of the position that we want to be in while Pluto was in Capricorn. So we had time to interact with that. So now we got to do that within the aspect of Aquarius and shit like that. We had to take power control. We had to put death to shit. And now, so we should have a full control view on at least what we all can collectively agree what reality is and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a good first step. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you create that Capricorn, energy the right way. You want to have a good first step. You know what I'm saying? A good ass brick. You know what I'm saying? A good ass sense of position and things. You know what I'm saying? Now it may not be no fire in it. You might not, because it's an earth sign. So it may not be no glitz and glamour. You know what I'm saying? It may not be no motherfucking, emotional connection because it's not a water sign. It may not be no motherfucking people communicating about it because it ain't no air sign, but it's an earth sign. You know what I'm saying? So Capricorn is an earth sign. So you know what I'm saying? It's more so in the aspect of did we position ourselves and was we real about that? Was we stable about that? You know what I'm saying? Was we practical about that? You know what I'm saying? Did we not did we you do the practical shit to see reality, to take control of reality? You know what I'm saying? Did we not go to work? Did we say no to this school? Did we do our contracts the right way? Did we keep our intellectual property? Did we keep our integrity? Did we take that first step? Did we say no? You know what I'm saying? Did we set that boundary? Did we stand on shit? You know what I'm saying? Did we stand on our position and what we believe to be reality for us? That's the first step we took. You know what I'm saying, with that Pluto. But it was a big ass step because it was Pluto. It was a generational step. So you know what I'm saying? You had to do that. If you was in Pluto and Capricorn, you had to rep for your generation. You know what I'm saying? You had to rep for, you know what I'm saying? That's how I play. So did we stand on shit? What did it do, Mac Dang? Did we step on shit? You see that y'all stepping on goofy shit. Y'all was stepping on each other. Y'all was stepping on, you know what I'm saying? But did you take the right step? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you take the right step? You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging nobody's path, but did you step for your mind? Did you step for God? Did you step for the, you know what I'm saying? What you stepping for? You know what I'm saying? What you stepping for? You stepping because you scared to be looked at a certain way. You scared to be looked at as unique or individual. You stepping. So you step into some shit. You step into all the bullshit into your life. You know what I'm saying? So you take big steps. You got big Timberland boots on. So you step straight into the shit. You know what I'm saying? You step into it. Big with your big Timberland boots. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna think about, you know what I'm saying, creating a step that at least, you know what I'm saying, a step like stepping back a little bit. You ain't trying to step back and start to plan and shit like that so you can be way steps ahead. You ain't like that. You be stepping on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all y'all do. That's why I step on niggas. Cito got the best music. Cito got the best music. Real shit, real shit. Cito got the best music. Step on step. Did we take a real step? Real step. Step for mankind. Look, we did step for God for real. We did step for God for real. Look, we didn't told y'all the moon. They didn't go to the moon. You know what I'm saying? We stepped for God. Pluto and the Capricorns are real steppers, bro. I mean, dude, this Pluto and Capricorn, we was real steppers. I'm gonna say that. We was real steppers because we was stepping for God. You know what I'm saying? We was stepping for reality the right way. We was like, this shit ain't real. On game, like y'all in La La Land. We was really stepping on shit. That's how you step on niggas. I don't want to hear nothing else. If you ain't stepping on niggas like NASA, if you ain't stepping on the elite's head, the people that control y'all, if you ain't stepping on that shit, you ain't stepping for shit. You wasting your time. You wasting your time. But you go ahead. You cute though. You make your money and shit like that. You had some men, well, you'll make your money and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you wasn't stepping for God though. You know what I'm saying? You weren't stepping in real life. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta step. You know, because that's when, you know, God gonna put you in the next step, which is what we getting into, and that's Pluto and Aquarius. Shout out to Endless Abilities. Yeah, so that's Pluto and Aquarius. So you know what I'm saying? So now that you took your step, you know what I'm saying, you took your generational step, you know, in Capricorn, which is gonna retrograde back, you know, into the sign and things of that nature. But you know, it's in Aquarius. So now it's not necessarily about stepping anymore. You was supposed to step. It was 10 times ago. And but you gonna feel it with this little retrograde energy we go into like later in the year. But don't necessarily worry about that. You just gotta keep on going. You know what I'm saying? If you already took your step, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be good. Now, if you didn't take your step when Pluto go retrograde, you're gonna have a chance to take your last step one time and shit like that. And hopefully you make it good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you step the right way and shit like that. Because that's all I see. Y'all like only feel good when y'all think y'all getting over on people. You know what I'm saying? As humans down here, y'all humans be only feeling like that when y'all feel like y'all getting over on people. And that's not the way to be. Y'all, people actually got positions here. You know what I'm saying? People actually got positions here and shit, and actually in reality and shit like that, and actually be here for like God type shit. Well, we all, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, so with Pluto and Aquarius, this is, what did I say it was? What did I say it was? What did I say it was? Pluto and Aquarius. This is upgrading your public identity. All right. So why do I say that? Now, the reason why I say you got to upgrade your public identity, okay, because wherever Pluto goes, it brings actual, transformation. You know what I'm saying? It brings, death. It could be literally, but for the most part, it's just the energy and the influence of that body of water that we're calling, that far out space and shit like that, which is beyond, I'm saying, and we ain't really haven't figured out yet because it's like something we still trying to like understand. So it's like power and control issues. So that's the allegory to that. You know what I'm saying? It's us understanding like, you know, that transformational space and sex and shit like that, cult and mysticism. That's why it's the ruler of co-ruler of Scorpio and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Pluto is in a Aquarius, and whenever that, like I said, when we have that generational energy there, you know what I'm saying, it's a call to deep action. So that's why they always call it deep transformation. You know what I'm saying? Or, because like I said, just the cycle of that space and that sphere and shit like that. So, because it's bringing death within Aquarius and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So this is Aquarius ruling public identity for the most part, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our public identities and the things that we associate with and the information we associate with, communicate, you know what I'm saying? The way we see ourselves, the way we interact and shit like that, that's going through a death. Okay. So that's going through a death based upon Pluto being there. And that death is going to be something that we, you know what I'm saying, have to create birth in. So anytime something has died, it automatically creates birth because it's that energy can be used. So it's getting regenerated to be, something whole new type shit and whatever. So that's how they, like I said, so when we get to technology and shit like that, that's how they do with that. We start associating different. We start interacting different. We start transmuting different. We start changing information different. You know what I'm saying? We start, it's like MySpace. You know what I'm saying? When MySpace, before MySpace, it was something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening based in Pluto and Aquarius. So with that being said, that's the external version of that shit. But for the most part, we have an internal version. We have new thoughts and things of that nature. We have thoughts that don't benefit us. We have ways to think and associate, what I'm saying, that may not, we all start to realize that a lot of this shit, what I'm saying, it ain't the right way to associate, what I'm saying, ourselves, or we need to regenerate a new way to associate ourselves to be a little bit more connected, what I'm saying, or be a little bit more intermingled the right way and things of that nature. So we can all have see reality from an individual standpoint, so we can gain a sense of mental position and structure and shit like that. Whereas y'all know that if you not just know you don't have to identify as, hey, I'm a race and shit like that. We all know now we spirits and bodies. So that right there in itself is a whole different way to associate yourself than you just being a race. So, it's a lot of that energy down here mixed in to different narratives, different agendas, different, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole new upgrade is within your public identity. So that's what's happening. So you need to go ahead and start getting with the times and doing your sky phone upgrade. You know what I'm saying? And the sky phone is your mind body. You know what I'm saying? Starting to interact different, starting to get with the times, starting to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do the alchemy of it and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? It's how you do the mental alchemy of it because it's going to happen regardless. But for the most part, the more you start to associate yourself as your character, your individuality, as Aquarius is, because Aquarius is the ability to be fixed on an idea and then, see the reality of that and things of that nature and know the bounds and the limitations, aka ruled by Saturn, but also knowing that it has to be, change and shit like that, and individuality or originality. You know what I'm saying? So that we can all understand like we're the person. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, you know, but it helps us individualize each other and shit like that. So, welcome to the age of Aquarius. God damn it. Welcome to the goddamn age of Aquarius. God damn it. God damn, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. God damn it, I'm back. That's why I say yet again. You know what I'm saying? Because my spirit is a wise spirit. It's old. I'm a number 9, so I've been here before. So, therefore, you know what I'm saying? Ain't shit to do it, but to do it. Ain't shit to do it, but to do it. Okay? Now, for the most part, you're going to go through your day to day, you know what I'm saying, being hit by influences and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we deal with the astrology and things, you know what I'm saying, and astronomy, tracking stars and things, and based upon, the interactions that's going on, as within, so without, because we are a smaller vessel playing out within a larger vessel. And this, you know what I'm saying, this also has transitions and interactions. And the best you know how to get with the times and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying, become your own mental alchemist, aka know your energies and start participating with the daily energies, the better you can become a star player within this uh within this game, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And your stars is your chakras. So that's your ability to do your 7 and shit like that, your actions. That's your sun sign, your Mercury, that's your thinking and communicating. You know what I'm saying? Your Mars, that's your passions. Your moon, that's your reactions, that's your feelings. Your motherfucking Jupiter, that's your motherfucking ability to expand and contract and place meanings and reasons, knowledge and wisdom. Your 7, that's your ability to structure, your ability to gain, to use as a position to represent a certain space, you know what I'm saying, that you're in. That will be your 180-degree angle to your Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Your boundaries, your limitations. And then that would be, moving on, to, your imaginations. That's your Jupiter. I know I'm all over the place. I'm a goddamn Aquarius, goddamn it. Your Uranus, that's your change in your individuality. And then your Pluto, that's your ability to take power control and, you know what I'm saying, what you willing to get your ass up and get in the game for, you know what I'm saying, on a long-term mission and things of that nature. Did I miss any planets? I think Venus, love, relatability, value, and balancing. So we all getting hit with these based upon, the being that we on and shit in the waters and the interaction with the, the cosmos and shit like that, as y'all want to call it. Cosmosis Jones. You know what I'm saying? Double, but we in within something and it's interacting and shit like that. And we know that by us being within a vessel and things of that nature, but playing these virtues and principles out, you know what I'm saying? Trying to act like the being that we're in type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like imagination room. It get deep. It get deep. It get deep. But yeah, so but Pluto and Aquarius. So this is a mental upgrade. You know what I'm saying? This is upgrading your public identity and things. Now, for the most part, that is the energy that we all gonna feel, but we gonna all play that out through the other currents below it. You know what I'm saying? So we got motherfucking, Neptune and Pisces. So we gonna filter this through our imagination and us being able to connect and us be subconsciously aware of what's going on and us needing to start to associate our imaginations with each other, you know, so that, what I'm saying, we can feel more in control because we know what it feels like being out of control of our association and shit like that. And then, yo, bro, a decade ago, I found a breakup. I was like 15. Shout out to everybody that know about that and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, we in a whole mental upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that lets you know, he right here, sharp, down sharp. He know that, you know what I'm saying? Back then and shit like that, man, we was, you know what I'm saying? We was already creating the culture and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We already done started that. You know what I'm saying? We already did Breakfast Club, Jew Malone. You know what I'm saying? We already did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like, that's the time we in. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably looking at this like this a whole new thing. So it's like a real mental upgrade. So you know what I'm saying? It's like that's the time we in. That's the time we in. Real shit. That's the time we in. Like we end up going through a whole mental upgrade. You ain't the same person you was years ago. All right. Now as far as like it just being an Aquarius, you know what I'm saying, it do represent a sense of responsibility. So you got to be the tracker of your time. You got to be the tracker of your space. You got to know your capabilities and incapabilities, basically, when it comes to, what reality is and how you associate your reality. And this makes you the more responsible spirit and shit like that. So because you control your space, and the spirit, you let a spirit know that you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you let a spirit know that you're taking responsibility because you're supposed to and shit like that. And that's what we all here to do. And therefore, you know what I'm saying, we keep control, you know what I'm saying, of our center and things of that nature uh for the purpose of spiritual preservation. You know what I'm saying? And what spiritual preservation does is keep you in tune with, knowing you're the creator, knowing that you're creating a specific space, you know what I'm saying, for a specific, purpose and shit like that. So you don't get lost in what, others might present, you know what I'm saying, as like rhetoric or things that may, what I'm saying, you know, uh, try to like take you off task or something like that. You know what I'm saying, within your life, because these things that like people do, like your family members, you know what I'm saying, like they might not know they be doing it, but sometimes they be getting used by different entities and things of that nature that may not be according to the water cycle that you may need to go in and go forth to go for your dreams in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So the spirits kind of like to keep you like docile and things based upon them not transforming in some way, shape, or form. So then you, that's how you get like lost and be downgraded, because you like gotta upgrade and shit like that. Shit like that. So, and that's why you can sit back and see others around you prospering, but you may not have like the certain mental capability for you to like actually be for you to actually move forward and shit like that in your life. So it get deep when it gets to like mentally upgrading and shit like that, because it's like we all gotta uh we all gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta be real as possible, like real as fucking possible. You know what I'm saying? Like real as fucking possible with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? What we got on our mind, what we got on our heart. Because if you got something real to say, it need to be said. And if it's something real and it's something worth that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be in that same frame and shit like that. And whether like the person or a person that may not like it, you know what I'm saying, the real spirit's gonna like it. And so you can only bring more of that realm of reality within this realm of reality and like make it real. No way, shape, or form. You know, so And that's what we're here to do. Shit. And because the spirit ain't nothing. The spirit don't like being trapped in no forms. The spirit don't like being trapped in no forms. So it ain't gonna let it go out like that. And the spirit like be the hell with this. Spirit be ready to blow this bitch up. That's why everybody want to be free right now. But it's just like the practice of it. So yeah, but I'm talking shit too much. But yeah, so that's Pluto and Aquarius in a nutshell. You know, mental upgrades. Mental upgrade. So upgrade your goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade it. You take it too long to not upgrade it. Okay? Upgrade. Um, but yeah, so okay. For sure, man. I don't really know what else to say, man. We got some good transits going on, like a lot of good transits. We got motherfucking moon right now in Cancer, so I could talk about that, you know. So and then we got the sun in Aries, so it's gonna be fire, water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, water. You know, so we're gonna have to learn about how to take more care with our self and shit like that. And depending on if you like got like a lot of earth and air, you might not know how to do this in your chart. So you may like think like caring for yourself is like wrong or something like that. You might feel like you gotta care about like you think caring for like how you feel is wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you got a lot of earth and air and shit like that. Cloud skies. Yeah, so you got like a lot of earth and air and shit like that. I mean, and then we got like a lot of fire and water. You know, you may be too logical, you know, and like be too much in your left brain. You know, sometimes you gotta like love how you feel a little bit and appreciate how you feel. And yeah, follow your intuition a little more. To be honest, really, and things. And this how you can like alleviate a lot of stress, you know, alleviate a lot of stress on your, you know, your mental and things, you know. And then because y'all stop a lot of y'all manifestations by, you know, just being super, you know, logical at times and shit like that, you know. And sometimes that's not the best benefit, you know, as a spirit, as a spiritual practice. It may seem like the logical thing to do within life, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, your spirit not going you know, like that. And then like once you get within the context of like needing to be free one day and shit like that, it'll, you know what I'm saying, it'll go up extreme and shit like that. Because you're not really like understanding like astrology is like psychology. And so this is like the body, like knowing the body, knowing temperaments, knowing temperature. And so the better you can correlate your body, you know what I'm saying, with shit like that, like, you know, the more you won't be like in super heat all the time. You won't be like eating like crazy and shit like that. Like you won't be like you because you're dealing with different processes. You know, am I being glitched? Anyone? But yeah, you like dealing with different processes. So um yeah, at that point, you know, that's where we at, baby. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, man. Welcome to the goddamn age of Aquarius. But for the most part, man, that is it. God damn it, get y'all goddamn minds together, bitch. Hoes, niggas, sluts, all y'all. Get y'all fucking shit together. Get y'all dumb ass together. Get y'all stupid ass together. Get y'all retarded ass together. Get y'all weird ass together. Get y'all head ass together. Get it together. You know what I'm saying? Get it together. Get that mind together. Collect that mind. You know, I'm tired of being stressed with y'all weak ass spirits down here. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I want some powerful spirits in my zone and shit like that so we can go ahead and bring the God down here. I'm sorry. I gotta be negative because y'all be stressing me the fuck out. Y'all spirits and y'all energies be stressing me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be challenged. No, I'm just playing. I ain't throwing no energy off on y'all. I'll be good and shit like that. I'll just but you know, this just letting us know where we at mentally, really. And it's just showing us that how we gotta get on the process of things and you know, get you know, and start to take our power back and shit like that. And really you just do that by being yourself. So the better you know how to be yourself, you know what I'm saying, the better you know how to you know, make things smooth. And there's practices of knowing yourself and shit like that because, you know, we got to know what we created. It's teamwork makes the dream work. So you ain't create this by yourself. So that's why I don't really stand why the conscious community be calling themselves God. I'm a God. So you God, like the God, like what you mean? You know what I'm saying? You can't just be saying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be saying anything. You can't just be saying anything. You gotta know what you're saying. Words and spells. Okay, so like break it down. Like what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta get more into. We gotta see that's why I gotta start getting more into you know, conversations with, you know, this shit on YouTube and shit so we can start seeing what people mean. Like we're picking their mind and shit like that. Because we want to see what you manifesting because we know now you either manifesting because you doing a certain practice. You know what I'm saying? And we know those practices. We can see those practices based upon your mentalities that you're upholding, you know. And then, you know, so we want to know is it your magic? You know what I'm saying? Is it your magic that's manifesting that? Is it you part of being the shadow government? Like, you know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing wrong. We just trying to ask questions. You know, is it that? You know, is it you really God and things of that nature? And what's the magic and shit like that? And we want to know. We want clear answers. So that's just for that community. But we got questions for the world too. You know what I'm saying? We don't just got questions for we don't just got questions for like people that just ego driven and shit like that. We got questions for shadow shadow folks now. We got a question for shadow folks now. Real shit. We got a question for shadow folks. We got a question for shadow folk them because we want to know why shadow folk them. We want to know about the school systems. We want to know about astrology. We want to know about you know things of the world and why you know what I'm saying. We want to know about prices and things. But we ain't like trying to get no respiration or things because you know we liberate ourselves. You know, so but we trying to figure out like you know we trying to figure out like what's up though. You know. That's all we try to figure out. Like, what's up, though? What's up? You know. And this too, like another thing. I'm done talking like y'all don't know. You know, that's what God put me in a position where I gotta talk like y'all know. Even when I talk in slang, y'all know and shit like that. Y'all know. So it's just like that's just being the space of that. You know what I'm saying? If you there with me, you know what I'm saying, you there. You worrying about other people not being there and shit like that. God said two or more. So I practice that spell with my mind. I know I'm there with myself. So I don't need nobody else. And I know I'm there with God. So that's my relationship. So yeah, but we got questions though. We got real questions. We got like real, you know, we got real questions. We got real stuffs that need answers. We got real things that need to unfold, new practices and stuff like that. We want to see what's going on. We want to see what's shaking. We want to see why Sito had to come in here and tell everybody that y'all was doing Greek mythology wrong. Why I had to do that? It must be my duty or obligation the whole time. So what y'all in control for? What y'all? All y'all got people practicing something. Oh, okay. Like what? Like slavery? That's what it is. Slavery. Oh, they can't liberate. Y'all don't have anything for like them to like liberate themselves mentally. Like it ain't like that. Oh, it's like hidden in plain sight. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, it's hidden in plain sight. So it's like done in a way where like if they don't catch on, then it ain't like then it might be like they deaf, right? Right? That what you talking about? Like that? Oh, okay. Oh, oh, but y'all ain't thinking no like Matt. Y'all ain't know like Matt. Like people can like figure out like yeah, what was it like? Y'all thought like it was just in a family or something like that. Like what y'all like? Oh, all right. That's God. That's God to y'all. That's God. Oh, okay. Oh, that's God. That's God to y'all. Oh, do I see it that way? Not necessarily. Like like I think I mean, like what I'm saying, like not necessarily. No, that ain't my God. That ain't. But yeah, you know, yeah. But yeah, God damn it, that's how we yeah we in the spill. We in the things of transmuting energies and things of that nature. So we tapping it into all types of abilities and things, and that's why I like to come on here and be it's gonna be SpongeBob SquarePants auto rocket and shit like that. But it's real work put in it and things, and it's also times where we gonna be within a space where we are gonna be having certain funds and certain imaginations, and are gonna be in a space where we get to connect with that side because it's opposing Leo and shit like that. So get ready for that. Get ready to receive the opposite energy of it. You know what I'm saying? With taking power and control over your associations and the way you associate, you know what I'm saying? Um, you're gonna have to create balance with it needing a stage and needing to be seen and shit like that. Because a lot of Aquarius shit don't really get seen like that based upon them being opposite from Leo. So uh, it can, but it's not its natural energy like that. So therefore a lot of Aquarius is cool with working within you know positions that support something like that can be seen, and it depends on like whatever that Aquarius got going on within his life or got within his chart or how it may do it specifically. you know so uh this is what we got going on, you feel me? So I hope everybody is in a good spirit and shit like that. It's the motherfucking Mars day. you know we in the motherfucking new time, we in the new world, and I hope everyone's getting their ass ready, getting their ass in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. Get your ass in the game.